Hey everybody, so today we're going to talk about paraphrasing. And if you think about the word phrase, it means something that's said, a short idea. Paraphrasing, we're just taking ideas from a text and putting it into our own words. So we are going to be starting our research unit, and we can't just cut and paste words from another text. Of course, we can cite words from another text, such as according to the text, but we're not going to have every single sentence like that. So we really need to practice taking these ideas from a book or a website or a video and putting them into our own words. So another way to explain paraphrasing is just rewording in a new way, using phrases. So rewording what you've learned, rewording what you've read, putting it into your own words. So the most important thing about paraphrasing is finding the main idea. Luckily, we've done that a bunch of times. In this case, we don't need to write it in complete sentences. We're just note taking. So think of this as almost your boxes and bullets type notes. Quick jot down, if I was reading this text, what do I need to put into my own text? So the trick today is only pull out the most important idea and restate it in your own words. Again, if you want to do boxes and bullets, I think that's super helpful. Or just even little bullet points, little stars, whatever helps you keep your notes organized. I want to go over a quick example from you. So today you're going to be encountering a couple different pieces of text. They're just really short. And you're going to have to find the main idea and paraphrase it. So this example here says, Sacagawea was a Shoshone Indian woman who accompanied the Lewis and Clark expedition to the West in 1805 and 1806. Well, that's a lot of words. And I cannot copy that exactly, take it from a book, cut and paste it, and put it into my own writing because it's not my words. But if I take it and I put it in my own words and I paraphrase it, then I can absolutely use it as research to support my own ideas and use it in my own writing. So I know that this sentence, I always want to look for a who. In this case, it's Sacagawea. So I know that my sentence is mostly about, if I said, who is it about? Sacagawea. Who is Sacagawea? Well, she's a Shoshone Indian woman. Okay. And what did she do? She accompanied the Lewis and Clark expedition to the West in 1805 and 1806. So really all I did was I just asked myself the 5 W's. Who is it? Sacagawea. Who is she? She's an Indian woman. What did she do? She accompanied the Lewis and Clark expedition. Where? To the West. And when? In 1805 and 1806. All right, so once I have the 5 W's pulled out, I have what I need. But now I really need to reword this because I can't write exactly this. And odds are, if I'm a 4th or 5th grader, I'm probably not going to use the word accompanied. I might not even use the word expedition, maybe. But we need to make sure it sounds like you writing it, which means you have to reword it. So if you check out down here, reworded, it says 1805, 1806, Sacagawea traveled with Lewis and Clark to explore the West. All right, so the word accompanied, it means she went with them or she traveled with them. So those words were changed out, put into their own words. The expedition to the West, explore the West. She's with Lewis and Clark, 1805, 1806. And you'll notice that in these notes, it's not a complete sentence. It basically just took the main idea and threw them into a little bullet point. And that way, when we go back to write, we have the information, but we don't have everything. It would take me a really long time to rewrite this entire sentence in my notebook, especially if I'm trying to spell these big words. I might not even understand it. So I don't want to rewrite the exact word in my notebook, or I don't want to copy and paste it because everyone's going to know that's just not my writing. And that's not how we do things. We have to put it into our own words. So once I have this down here, 1805, 1806, Sacagawea traveled with Lewis and Clark to explore the West. Not even a complete sentence, but it's got the main idea figured out. Now, when I go back to write, I can use that information. And I don't have to worry about copying it straight from the book. So I want to look at one more on our next slide. So our next one here, and again, you'll notice all of these quotes have almost too much information. So we have to really work on, I would say the 5 W's are definitely the most helpful to find the main idea. And what can you get rid of? What can you write down that just really shortens it up? So we have President Thomas Jefferson appointed Lewis to lead the expedition. And in 1803, Lewis invited Clark to join it. Lewis and Clark privately agreed to share command of the expedition. Well, I know Thomas Jefferson is appointing someone. I'm probably not going to use the word appointed in my own writing. I know the word appointing means to give someone a job, or to tell someone, or to put in charge. So I could say something like, President Thomas Jefferson put Lewis in charge, and I might just get rid of this word and use my own words. I know that Lewis is my other who, and Clark is my other who. So I have President Thomas Jefferson, Lewis, and Clark. That's my who. My what. What are they doing? Well, they're leading an expedition. Great. That's all I need to know. Where are they going? Not sure. Not in my notes. No worries. What are they doing in the second part? They privately agreed to command of the expedition. So they agreed to go together, basically. So my notes would look something like, I can even, you guys, it's paraphrasing. I could say President TJ, Thomas Jefferson, put Lewis in charge of the, let me spread this out for you guys real quick. Expedition in 1803, Clark went with him. That could be it. Or I could just say something like Lewis asked Clark to join. That's it. You see how I got rid of so much. I took that from 3 lines down to 2 sentences, not even complete sentences. They don't have to be complete sentences. So we're going quickly through this. You're going to just pull out big ideas. I'd say probably 1 or 2 ideas per little text from the book. Kind of depends on the text. Some are a little longer. And you're really just condensing it down. You want to get the main idea across so that you can use it in your notes, but not so much that it's in someone else's words.